Jared, are we going to see zebras this session? Please?
Yeah, Jared, what the fuck? There have been no zebras this whole time.
Welcome back to Gals and Goblins. My name is Jared Boswinkle, and with me, as always, are the gals, Lily Persifield.
Sawyer Cinderfoot. Where am I?
Campbell Duffy.
Esther Ruidon. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, funny that you say that. And Olivia Rose McCain.
Beans, I'm feeling many emotions, and it is a very complicated time for me.
Oh, it's a complicated time for any young cat boy.
Yeah, at this point in his life, you know.
I feel like I used the exact same intro last time. Like I always forget they're coming, and then Jared says it, and then I
hear,
said, where am I?
welcome back to Gals and Goblins, and I go, oh my god, I forgot.
Oh my god, I have to think of something funny right away.
I love that I can instill in y'all the same fear of like a pop quiz.
Yeah.
True.
And we forget, but it's not even a pop quiz. We know where it, like
It's every
we
day.
should know it's coming, but we
Yeah.
never do. We're
No,
always
It's on the
surprised.
syllabus, yeah.
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 It's not even a pop quiz.
I think we should go back to calling it Gals and Goblins.
Whoever even said that?
We did in that one episode.
I think it was Olivia.
No, I don't think
We should go back.
Don't drag
Think
my
one
name
per-
into this.
No, because I'm not very good with the gyat. You know what I mean? And
What?
I don't not.
It sounds like a foreign word coming out of your mouth.
it fucking
I'm telling you, this is already pretty bad, and it's gonna age like milk.
That's the funny part.
Imagine listening to this in 5 years, and you're like, oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
yacht. It's gonna be
It's
like
so
the
hard to
equivalent of
say.
like if you dabbed.
Oh, actually, we
And then Beans dabs on
Yeah.
top of his enemy.
I
actually
feel like
we
that's
do
happened.
These gritties all over
Yeah.
everyone. It's gonna be the same thing.
we do dab at the end of every episode. You guys just can't see it.
Yeah.
We
Oh my
dab.
god. When we finally do like video versions of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
you guys
see
are
us,
be
like, hitting-
oh.
We dab and whip at the end.
And then we nay out.
We nay out.
Oh.
People are skipping
Pack
ahead.
it up.
People are skipping ahead.
Okay,
Where's that?
what happened
We're looking for
on
last
Gals and
time.
Goblins?
Well, people are skipping ahead
please.
to whenever the music ends, which this important thing. So, as I said after Campbell's introduction, of like, who the fuck are you guys? We might be changing what happens at the
Don't
end.
bring us into this.
What?
We are Gals and Goblins. Are you guys gonna make this just me?
No, if you guys are
If the
upset,
fans don't like it,
We
then
don't-
it was only Jared.
yeah, we don't know what change he's about to make. So if you guys are
Are you gonna
unhappy,
say,
this
are you
is
gonna
not
say
a
that those
week.
guys weren't there?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
What, you brought it up. What are you
What are you talking about?
Jared's looking at me flabbergasted.
I just want to say,
I'm shocked that we want to know the secret thing that he brought up.
secret.
He keeps bringing it up.
That is going to change. And I wanted to preface it. I wanted to preface it by saying that typically I would probably just like cut that or something, but it's like a thing that we talk about at the end of the episode, and like it's like it was the kind of inciting action, and then it was the cliffhanger for the next episode. I just want to say that we're going to kind of like do like a small prequel to that moment, and we're going to have moments before that.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to make an apology video for this.
Get the ukulele.
Get the ukulele.
I'll set up the camera.
We're so in sync today. Oh my god. We
Yeah.
almost said the same thing so many times.
So the recap will go as normal, and then we'll kind of like I'll be like, hey, by the way, this is where we're retconning.
We're doing a little prequel. We're doing a little Order 66 involved a microchip situation.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything, there was just wait, what the fuck? Oh, about the Clone
Originally,
Wars.
it was their own free will.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
And
do
then
7 seasons
Dave
to
Filoni was
explain
like, oh, never mind.
to give clones humanity and
Yeah. And it's gonna work.
and agency. Yeah, it'll work. I mean, I think this will work. I think these are good changes that are being made. I think we've retconned maybe like 1 or 2 things. I think we've like on a podcast, like on an episode, we've been like, oh, by the way, like we're retconning.
Again with the we.
What have we retconned?
I have retconned things.
No, stop. This isn't. Stop. Women are a strong part
Yeah,
of this
can you
podcast.
stop acting like you own this whole podcast?
Last time on Gals and
Get him! Get him!
I'm gonna put
I have half a mind to hit pause on
Can I
this.
grapple Olivia?
Yeah, you don't have to roll. Just do it in real life.
I'll get you.
She got her fist pulled back. She got her fist pulled back like scram.
Oh, and that's gonna age real well too.
The gals were attacked by a guardian beast of the spirit plane, a wolf named Lycos. In search of protection, they ran to a group of standing stones where the wolf could not enter. They gathered their bearings of this strange new place. They're playing whack-a-mole. They're playing whack-a-mole. We didn't do our usual thing where I do the last time before the last time.
Oh,
Jared.
Sorry, yeah. Should be listening.
That's why I had to do it. We've trained
We didn't
ourselves.
do the usual thing where Jared sedates us before every episode.
I Clockwork Orange pry your eyelids open and make y'all listen to what happened.
We get locked in our own crates in that moment.
Yeah, and I go,
the crate of
this
the
is what's
mind."
happening, just so y'all know. And then like this one, I'm gonna change stuff.
Now, he's changing stuff on the spot.
They
He's literally DJing right now.
They got to standing stones where they could not stop. Where the wolf could not enter. They gathered their bearings of this strange new place. One place of great interest being a gargantuan glowing tree hundreds of miles away,
Yes.
partially corrupted by goop, with a massive red dragon flying around it. Looks like y'all are jorking it underneath the table. Then out of nowhere.
That's how we focus.
That's weird. Edging so you can listen.
Edging.
Then
That's a common cure for female hysteria. You would know that if you were a feminist.
out of nowhere, an old friend of I'm so sorry that we cannot harbor this energy into the mood of where we might be going.
Yeah, this is like the emotional devastation, like grief episode.
Heaven forbid we need a little bit of a release.
Yeah, well, and I thought that I was like, last episode I was a little unhappy with like, oh, I feel like we didn't really get to like reflect actually on what happened. We just kind of like set this. Anyway, we'll get there.
Okay. The way we retcon it is we were in survival mode, and now we have a chance
Yes,
to
and now we have a
reflect.
chance to reflect. Then out of nowhere, an old friend of the gals, Bib, appeared and laid out the state of the plains. Just like them, their enemies are scattered. Hyperia's plan, while still a mystery, has been postponed, but the ring which she still possesses is the key. She must obtain 3 items of great importance to Lunastera and Astaroth. Big P was one, and the bracelet was another. However, there are 4 more scattered across the worlds. Now stranded in different planes, the gals were given more direct quests. Esta must figure out how to control Theodrix or rid herself of him completely, as his freedom is inevitable. Beans has chosen a path of destruction. What are you holding? Just let it out. Let it out what you're laughing about. Your hands are like behind your back.
You made her cry.
No, keep going. Just getting into the headspace.
Beans has chosen a path of destruction. If he continues, it will spell destruction for everything.
I'm descending into madness.
I think I let y'all converse too much before the episode, and now we've gone crazy.
Oh,
Now
God
we've gone crazy.
forbid women talk to each other.
Oh, God forbid we have free will and talk to each other.
You know what?
What
You
about
know what?
Sawyer? Say Sawyer.
Sawyer must restore her bond to Felicity and get Margie out of the Moonstone, as Felicity is a vital player in the workings against Hyperia, and
Not
Margie.
anymore.
Oh.
Well,
Don't piss me off.
and Margie is the key to saving the Githyanki.
Oh my God.
Bib.
She's so beautiful.
Bib also warned the gals of creatures in the spirit plane who wish to separate their souls from their bodies. One of them being Lycos, but there will also be helpful spirits, like the 3 rock spirits the gals met. Then the gals laid down to sleep and had some dreams. Beans saw another god residing in his sickles, saw Porkchop lay Apple to rest. Besta saw Big P happy. Esta saw Big P happy and her father under duress in a black castle, and Sawyer saw Felicity in hell and a woman with stringy hair in a workshop. Now, in the old version, as AKA last episode,
Last week's
when
version.
y'all woke up and you saw 3 figures with masks on. We're not gonna be there yet. I gotta change the music.
Oh.
Are we ready?
The music got sad.
Inquisitive music.
Oh, it's almost like the music shifted the whole vibe for us.
Yeah, that's why I play music. Shake him out. Shake up the DJ.
That's what we were doing. We were trying not to get caught by you.
I know this is.
All right, are we ready? Sorry, I said y'all are we ready? And then I had to change some stuff. Sawyer, you...
Now I'm really scared.
Good, you should.
Oh,
He's mad at us.
Sawyer, you feel yourself waking up and you are in the middle of the standing stones, but you don't see your friends or the little rock spirits, and the wolf is gone.
guys, hello. Guys, come out right now. Guys, it's not funny.
You are completely alone within these standing stones on this little pedestal. You hear some crickets, and the sky is. Time has passed. It seems as though the sky has like returned to where it was whenever you got here, and it seems as though this place is like eternally dusk or night. And so you were just calling out for your friends. Is there anything else like you want to do in this moment, or like you want to try? Or
Yeah, I see if I still have the moonstone with me.
yeah, you still have the moonstone.
Okay. I look around for Sissix. She's still flying?
Give me a perception check. Yeah, you can like see some creatures like flying in the
13.
sky. You can't think of any reason why you wouldn't see her. You don't see her at this moment, but like you see like some creatures flying, and you hear the crickets, so you know that this isn't like empty space.
Okay, I run around and I check behind the backs of all the rocks.
Okay. Do you want to like leave the standing stones or anything, or do you want to like stay in the standing stones?
I don't know. I mean, if I wake up and everyone's gone, then like, yeah, I think I would like leave the sanctuary just to like check and see if they were outside of it, like in the grass or something. Or I would like check the surrounding grass to see if any of it was pressed down and there was a trail that they had walked along.
Yeah, you start exploring more around these standing stones and this kind of field that you're in, and you can't find anything.
Oh, okay. But I'm going to stay cool about it. Because maybe they went off to just look for supplies, and they figured that I could guard the standing stone area. And Lycos is gone,
Yeah, you don't see any.
and the
sign of
little guys are gone.
Yeah, you don't see any of the little rock spirits.
Oh, okay. I get out a speaking stone. Come in.
It's just like static. It's like a low
Stupid
buzz.
spirit soul plane. Oh man. But I still have like my belongings on me.
Yeah, you have everything.
Okay, so I'm not dreaming, so they're actually gone. So what do I do? This is like after a long rest. Like
Yeah, like I will say, like all of you, like while you're waiting to like a long rest, like you can take all your stuff.
Okay, I think even though I'm like a little more rested, I still like start to freak out. Like I'm like keeping
Yeah.
it down, but like I like start to freak out of like they're
Yeah.
gone and there's no like signs of where they've really gone. So like I'm not like as like strung
Yeah.
out as I would have been. But
You can give me perception or insight check as well.
okay. Yeah, like maybe they told me they were gonna get up early and look for water and they forgot to tell me. 2. That's a 3.
You look around and you can't
Actually, that's a 5 insight.
see anything, and it looks as though you were just alone here. And I would say, kind of in this moment, like, is there at any point where Sawyer like waits, or do you think she's like constantly looking and like being active, like, or do you think she like sits here for a little bit and like waits for her friends? Or
If I see no trails around from like anyone leaving, then I think I like take a second and like look around at the soul plane or the spirit plane.
yeah,
And am kind of like, I don't know. I walk around within the thing and I try to see if they're invisible. Like I think I just sort of start like exhausting options, and then like, I don't know, maybe like remember like things are not necessarily what they seem here.
Yeah,
Like I remember
you're getting
I
that
saw
vibe.
those little creatures transform into, didn't they do something weird?
no, you were like trying to see the true
Yeah, it was that.
thing of them,
So, yeah,
and they were like
I
kind of squishy.
I try to concentrate on like true forms.
Yeah.
Like if there's like a little like, like spot like, in the ground where like they were curled up sleeping, I like try to like look at that spot and see if I can like sense like maybe they're hidden by an illusion.
Give me an insight or perception check with advantage this time.
Okay.
Or like arcana.
Okay, dirty 20.
You think that the vibe of like the spirit plane is not what it seems. Things are different. You do kind of feel a sense of like being in a dream, but kind of the whole time you've been in the spirit plane, it's felt like a dream.
Yeah.
And like a sense of calm washes over you that like your friends have not left.
Okay.
And
I
you
think
are not alone.
Yeah.
And not in a like, oh, I'm not alone. I would say that like in this moment, you kind of like hold on to the moonstone a little bit tighter like you find some comfort in that. And with that, I think we're going to have Sawyer have this moment of calm and we're going to do a little bit of like introspection.
Okay.
Where we're going to hear what Sawyer thinks about some things. And so how do you think Sawyer has felt about these last several days?
I think that like I can't really think like super far back, just like remembering what it was like seeing what Beans did to Billy. It was so terrifying because Margie's goal was to kill Apple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what Felicity's goal was, but I wouldn't have been surprised if it involved harming one of Beans' siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see Beans transform so monstrously and to be able to very easily and realistically envision Margie or Felicity in Billy's place is like very scary. I'm thinking all the way back to whenever I had to follow Beans into like go save Pork Chop and like being really, really scared that like Pork Chop was going to like fight back against us and like reassuring Beans of like, oh, Pork Chop isn't a monster, because I knew that like admitting that Pork Chop is a monster would be to say that Beans is too, because Beans had also been like captured by the Silverbriars, but like not really 100% believing that, like being scared of like, what if that isn't true? Like, what if they are both monsters? And like, what am I walking into? And then trying to help Beans in that moment, giving up my connection with Felicity so that Beans could get the Briars off of himself and off of Pork Chop. And after all that, seeing Beans Briarless of his own free will, jumping and doing that. Like, this thing that I've been trying to reassure myself, like, oh, but like, that's not quite the way it is. Like, Beans is different. That's kind of been like really shattered. And then I'm so confused about Felicity. She told me it was family over everything. And as soon as this bond is severed, like, all of a sudden she cares about the greater good. So is that saying like, if she didn't choose family, would she just blindly follow the greater good? But it's like, I don't know. Before that, she had her one thing of like, I'm going to serve this over all else. So maybe like, this is just a different version of that. And I think as I'm thinking all this, I want to get out like some like twine or something from my bag and start making thing to hold the amulet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to start like, or not like, making something to hold the moonstone.
Yeah.
So I want to start like weaving something around it so that I can wear it around my neck. And I think like that sort of helps me like calm my thoughts, I guess, and sort of like organize them a little bit more. And I'm just sort of like going through like the players in this. Like it's like, okay, so Esta has like turned against her family. Beans has become what his family wants him to be, but what Beans didn't want to. And then like Felicity's turned against me, or at least like stopped caring about me, but it's my own fault. Like I got so angry at her for betraying me, but it's my own fault in the first place that she doesn't remember me or she doesn't care about me anymore. And like, what if the whole sacrifice in the first place was for nothing?
Yeah, I would say like you're thinking all these things as you're making this little. And so what do you want to make with the twine and the moonstone?
I want to sort of like weave a little net around it, like a little macrame,
Yeah.
like a plant holder. But I want it to hold the moonstone, and I don't know. I think I
You wanna,
just
like wear it.
I think about yeah. I want to put it on, and I just think about Margie, and I think, well, she probably doesn't like me back anyway, or at least she doesn't want to be with me, and I think about Beans, and I think about whether I would have done the same thing if someone had killed Joe or Felicity, or if someone had killed Beans or Esta or Margie.
Yeah.
What will I become?
Yeah. And a couple things flash through your head. I mean, you think of the prophecy of that the lady gave you in the little prophecy shop of like, you will be a shield, but you'll not be able to protect some closest to you. And so what does Sawyer regret right now? Is it just like cutting the bond? Is there anything else? Or is she set on the path that she's on?
I think I want to sort of finish making the stone. And like before I put it on, I like hold it up and, hey, Margie. I have no idea if you can hear me. We're in the spirit plane right now, so maybe that helps my chances or maybe that hurts my chances. But honestly, considering everything, I really hope that you cannot see or hear like the past few. Anyway, I'm really sorry that I couldn't get you out of there safely. And I'm really sorry that everybody's after you. And I'm really sorry that I didn't protect your secret. But I'm going to keep you with me, and it's going to be okay. And, I don't even know if I told you about the whole beam thing, but I don't know. If I severed my connection with Felicity just to save Beans, I mean, I think I would do it again.
With that, the little moonstone glows faintly, but then you feel something in your heart ache.
Oh.
And then it glows again, and then your heart aches a little bit more. And then it glows again, and then your heart aches a little bit more.
Margie.
And then
Hey, Margie, I don't.
your heart,
I don't know if
like
I can
this kind of
do
like
this.
glowing back, this like call and response starts happening, and it grows to a point where your heart starts to like really, really hurt, and like you double over with the pain, and it feels as though it's not just like hurting your chest, it also is like it feels like you're freezing from the inside out.
Margie,
And-
if you're doing that, listen,
It feels as though like someone's like pouring cold water like right onto your heart, and then it just like it like starts like pumping, and you hear the pounding in your ears, and it just like starts like increasing and going faster and faster and faster until your eyes shut from the pain, and then you're doubled over like clutching onto your chest and the moonstone, and then all of a sudden it like whooshes away.
Ugh.
And the pain evaporates.
Is it still glowing?
You look up at the moonstone, and you see something next to the moonstone as well. You see what appears to be another moonstone in the shape of a heart, and
What?
it is just floating in front of you.
Is it mine? Do I feel like it's connected to me?
You know that this just came out of you.
Oh my god! Of where? No, I don't want to ask. There's only one. There's.
It is, you are looking at this like moonstone heart hovering in midair. And then all of a sudden, these beams begin to materialize. And the beams are not connected to you anymore. You see a beam going to the moonstone. You see beams going to like two kind of places in the standing stones, like where you remember Beans and Esta sleeping. It seems as though this is the origin of the beams.
What? Was this in? Oh, I thought it was. Oh, I thought it was like an emotional connection. I didn't think it was like a. Can I touch it?
Yeah, you touch it.
It's physically there?
Physically there.
Oh my god! What? This was inside. no. Okay. That's so weird. This was inside me, and that's what's giving me my. Hold on, I shake it.
You shake it. I mean, it's just like a solid.
Are there
stone.
are the other beams that aren't Felicities? Are they still?
Yeah,
like,
they're still like shooting off, and like I would say like the rest of them are going up.
yeah, because they're in a different. Everybody else is in a different plane.
And so there
well, wait, I don't know. Could Joe could be here? The other one isn't pointing anywhere on the. Well, I guess we don't know.
I will say there are there are 3 beams that you see pointing like right next to each other. The Moonstone, 2 to 1 to SN beams.
Yeah.
There's 2 that are going up, and then there's 1 that is going straight down.
Oh.
And I'll say right now, kind of like outside of game, so you have your psionic points, which after leveling up, you had 7. And then you severed the bond with Felicity, which gave you 6.
Yes.
So you leveled up, and you should have gotten another psionic energy point.
So now on my sheet I have 8 total, but I only have 7 because of my severed bond.
You feel from this heart, you feel a connection to this. You know that this was inside of you.
That's crazy.
2 stone Sawyer.
And
I guess I should have questioned, like, I don't know. I thought that I just trained really hard at Arcanal Ball, and that's how I acquired my telekinesis. I didn't think about it.
this thing is a part of you as well as something else communicating to you. As far as you know, like you have always had a heart that has always been yours, but this thing that you're looking at feels strangely like you do not own this. And you are like almost in some kind of communication with it. And it is yearning right now. It feels as though like it is glowing. It is glowing very brightly. And I'll give you Lily/Sawyer the option right now. Are there 2 other people that you would like to connect beams to and get those 2 other psionic energy points? And you know that like as you grow, you will have more beams. And so the connection to Felicity is not like you get these 2 beams and like that's it. It is just like a down the road thing. But this heart needs connection. It needs its energy. And it is like being choked right now and being limited by just being restrained to 6.
Oh my God. And but I can't help it. Like, I just think about Felicity. I just try to get it to reach Felicity.
Yeah.
Even if I know it's not going to work.
You want it to reach to Felicity, and a beam shoots up, and then it just like wavers and like falls back down.
Oh, okay. This is crazy.
Go for it.
But I'm feeling this really intense cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about Margie. I want to like reach out to Lunastera and see if I feel anything. But in my head, I'm kind of like, that's a goddess. So I don't really know if she wants in on my like emotional, like whatever is going on here.
Yeah. So,
but like, it is a moonstone. I don't know. I just like sort of.
you say that is crazy. I might say something crazier. You see a beam shoot out from this moonstone heart and then like circle back into the heart.
Oh.
I would say there is a like sense of like loving itself, and
Oh my God.
that'll work as a beam.
It's like powering itself.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the second one, I remember like my most recent dream that I had about Big P, and I just like sort of like picture him and imagine him and like try to like reach out to him.
Yeah, you try to search for Big P. I'll say like some of the ghost dahlias that are throughout this field begin to glow, and you see Big P running around chasing this like little elven girl. And they seem to be like having a good time. And then a beam like shoots like right at Big P's like spectral form, and then you see like Big P like trip. It's like, and then like that image fades away and the beam like shoots up to wherever he is in the material plane.
Okay.
And so you have those 2 extra beams.
Okay.
And so with like the beam going back into the heart,
Yeah,
Give-
that was weird.
give me an insight check on that or a religion check.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what's better. I guess they're probably the same. Oh no. 12.
What do you think that means?
I don't know. I'm thinking like, did Lunastera put this inside me? And then I'm like, no, that's weird. Like, is this like from her? But it's like I've never met her.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking about that the memory in the orb that we saw, where like my family, like the Cinderfoot family, has always helped to protect. Who were they?
They were helping Big P.
Yeah.
They were helping like Githyanki.
Yeah. So it's like I guess we've always
then-
been sort of tied to like helping the Githyanki, and like those are Lunastera's people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe it's like a family thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I just like
You can't glean anything other than what you maybe think it is.
I'm finding a lot of comfort in talking to Margie, so I just am still holding her, and I'm like, it's getting really weird. Wish you were here. Can I like reach out and like, do I have to like? I don't want to like repeat history here, but
Yeah.
like, do I have to put it back inside me?
You are looking at this like heart thing.
No way.
And then as like the big P beam shoots up and you're trying to like Sawyer like opens her mouth, like looks around, like, do I carry this? I'll say like similar to what happened to Big P, it just like shoots back inside you, and, like hits you in the chest and like knocks you down. But I'll say you see something at the edge of the forest.
Oh.
Move.
Okay, I lock in.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 10.
You see a small humanoid figure walk out, and it is very, very dark. It's like you don't know if it's the shadow or if this thing is like completely black, and it begins walking towards you steadily from the edge of the forest.
Are there any? Can I like feel my I know my beams are gone now, but like in the spirit of the spirit plane, if you will, like can I like concentrate on like if I have a beam going to it?
You kind of summon your beams a little bit, not going to this thing.
Oh, okay, bad news. Okay, I reach for my weapon.
You reach for your Arcano Ball bat.
Yes.
And you see that this thing walking towards you also reaches for something and unsheaths something, and it seems to also be an Arcano Ball bat. And it keeps walking towards you, and you see that this is a being covered in goop. It is a goop monster, but you see it is in the exact same shape as you.
It's that statue of me.
Where is it?
Where is she?
Turn me around.
And this Goop Sawyer begins walking towards you and is like starts picking up the pace and starts running.
Hey, get back! Get back! Get back! Oh my god! Shit! Oh, I'm intimidated by myself. Okay, I guess that's a good thing.
It looks as though she's going to attack you. What do you want to do?
Oh fuck! I can't. Can I cast? Let me see if Shatter will knock her back. Get back! Get back! Get back! I try to heal her.
Okay.
Has that ever done anything against Goop?
No.
Oh shit!
I think we tried.
You don't think we've tried that one? You think this whole time the secret was like, we could have just healed them? Oh shit, cure wounds.
She is
my
going
God.
to. We're gonna roll off right now with initiative.
Okay, I'm gonna dodge because
Okay.
I am not trying to get gooped.
Okay.
Not to be a wimp, but
Let's roll initiative real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna be using your stats.
Better. Hope you have better luck with them than I do.
I got a 13.
Okay, I got an 8.
She is going to swing her Arcano Ball bat at you.
What is happening?
And I have your stats pulled up, so I can just
I hate
look at
the
everything.
spirit plane. I hate it.
Oh, she got a fucking nat 1.
Now that is more. But don't you re-roll once?
I do reroll once. I do reroll once.
He was never gonna remember.
Miss, you want to roll one?
Oh,
Nat 20.
oh my god!
And I'm using my green dice. I'm using my green
He plays
dice.
Sawyer for one day and he thinks he has it all figured out. Oh.
You see,
God.
she swings her Arcanoball bat at you. And
Hey, we can talk about this.
you like block it with your Arcanoball bat. And then she like trips and falls on the ground. And then you're like, ha! And then she like sweeps your
impression.
legs. And then she brings down her Arcanoball bat right to your head. And I would say you bring
We can work this out. We can
your
talk.
Arcanoball bat up, and both of your Arcanoball bats meet. And as they meet, you see like she doesn't really look like you anymore. She looks like Felicity now. And then as your Arcanoball bats meet, yours snaps.
Oh,
And then it just like its Arcanoball bat snaps as well.
Felicity, is that you?
It just stands above you looking down at you. And then in a like rush of goop, it transforms into something different. It transforms into this 8-foot tall owl covered in goop with beady red eyes looking down at you. And it looks at you for a minute and then it cocks its head.
Felicity, if you're in there, stop, please. Just try to remember something.
Its wings spread out and then it flies off. And we're going to move away from Sawyer.
Oh my God.
No, I think I like the whole episode being like Sawyer's nightmare.
Beans. Beans.
Ooh, no beans here.
Beans, you wake up suddenly and you feel like you are choking. You give me a Constitution check.
9.
You're choking on something and it feels like you can't get it out. You start like your eyes start like fading and like you're grabbing at your throat and then finally you cough it up. What you see in front of you is a bloody heap of brown and black fur. It's a piece of Billy
Oh my God.
that you had eaten. What is Beans thinking about right now as he looks down at this? Also, similar to Sawyer, your friends are nowhere. You realize that in this moment, all the rock spirits are gone. You're alone in the standing stones.
Beans falls to his knees. It just starts sobbing.
Completely alone. Beans hasn't been alone in a long time.
I think he's real flat. You know, how kitties get like real deflated. Like I feel like his fur is normally at like kind of a tension.
Yeah.
Kind of like fluffed out normally.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's all sleek and his ears are down and like after he's like cried himself out, staring at this like thing in front of him.
Does Beans regret killing Billy?
No.
Is Beans happy that he killed Billy?
No. He's not happy, but he knows that if it had been any of his friends or any of his family, the outcome would have been the same to protect them. He's not proud of it, but he feels like that's what the world was going to lead him to eventually, so at least he was doing it in service of not protecting, but trying to avenge the ones he loves. At least it's not being used to hurt the world necessarily, even though it hurt an individual.
How does Beans feel about the last several days? I mean, everything from the ball to then escaping and getting to Estea, the tower, everything that happened, seeing his father for the first time in a long time and transforming into a beast.
Beans ponders this question, and I think he looks up to the sky.
Yeah, billions of stars.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't quite know how the spirit plane works, but he does know it has the word spirit in it, and he knows that souls are here. And he looks up. Apple. Sorry, I just saw Campbell start crying.
that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Apple, I'm assuming maybe this is where you ended up. I don't know what to think about everything. It has been long few days for little cat. But I bet you get it. I bet you had long days. I'm sorry that what happened. And I'm sorry that I couldn't do anything to stop it. And I'm sorry that I was so mean to you back in Kado. And I get why you did what you did. And I just hope that you get why I did what I did. And that I'm gonna save everyone else. Even if I couldn't save you. And I'm not going to let our father, even though I don't think he deserves that title, stand in the way. And I'm not gonna let them hurt my friends anymore. And I'm not gonna let them keep hurting everyone that I love and that deserves to be in this world, and that everyone who doesn't deserve it, I'm sick of them getting away with everything. And I'm sorry that you had to go in order for me to realize that.
Beans, you look up at the stars, and then you see the ghost dahlias begin to glow. And you see a small figure curled up. And it's off in the field. Do you want to go look at it?
Yeah. I think I kind of pad out.
You pad out and you go look at this small figure curled up. And you see Milo shaking. It looks as though he's cold. And he has this face. His brow is furrowed. And he looks as though he's like letting out little like yelps or cries. And then the ghost dahlias let that image fade away, just trying to show that to you. And I also think in this moment there's a thought that hits Beans of what happens at the end of all this. Say everything goes back to normal. Say that you defeat everyone that you want to defeat and school is normal. Does Beans go to hell and live with his family and happily ever after? Or if school is an option, would he go be with Esta and Sawyer and the material plane? And you don't have to give an answer, but you can also go through what Beans would be thinking about that.
I think he looks back up at the stars and just feels comfortable, like, talking to who he thinks Apple is there, or maybe Cherry's out there hearing this, or someone, or his friends. I think when we get to the end of all of this, as much as I would love to just be a little cat who goes to school and goes to Monster Vomit class and gets bad grades because I'm not good at it, I think I have to go away at the end of all of this. I don't know if I'll be the type of Beans that can stick around once this is said and done. And I'm not going to hell. And I'm not going to live there. But I don't know what I'm going to have to do to keep everyone safe and make the world good, or if I can do it. And if I can't do it, I don't know if I can live with myself. And if I do it, I don't know if I can live with myself with what I have to do it. So, I don't know.
I think you stand there in the field for a little bit and then return to the standing stones where you were sleeping. And then I think you look over to the piece of flesh on the ground, and you see that it has melted, and it has melted into a black goop. And you see this goop begins to move on its own, and it begins to climb up a standing stone, and it like kind of twists around the standing stone, and then you see a tail swish in front of you, a black goopy tail. And you look up and you see the Prince of Hell version of yourself, Beans. This large, 7 feet long, ferocious cat covered in goop, and it launches at you and grabs your throat in its jaws, and it holds you there, and it starts crunching down on your neck. Beans, what do you do?
I grab my sides and I try to stick it in its eyeballs.
Give me a roll to hit.
19.
You stab it, and it morphs and changes, and it like gets swirled around in this goop, and it transforms into this massive tiger with bright red beady eyes, this tiger covered in goop. And then it like shakes you off of it and then runs off into the woods. And that is where we will end Beans's little vision. All right, Esta, you feel yourself leave your trancing state, and you are also in the middle of the standing stones, all alone. No friends, no rock spirits, no wolf, no bib, no mysterious cloaked figures with masks.
Crazy.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
We don't believe in
that.
that.
Never happened yet. And
It's been going around that the last episode included that.
yeah, there are rumors going around that there were 3 cloaked figures. Anyway, is there anything Esta wants to do in this situation? What would Esta do if she woke up and she was all alone?
I think she'd take a good look around, but I think she's like arcane, like familiar with the arcane.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
She's familiar with like the spirit plane. I'm not familiar with the spirit plane, but like familiar with the
Connected.
idea of the spirit plane.
Yeah.
And I think she panics for a moment just because everyone's gone. But I think she's like cool.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
she realizes what's happening, and
Yeah.
she's like keeping her cool about it.
Yeah.
But she's
not locked in a room with a dragon or anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
better than being in the cage.
Yeah. How does Esta feel about the last few days?
Well, I was thinking about this. When was the last time we slept? Like the night before the day of the ball?
I think you all slept.
We slept at the splash pad, right?
I think y'all slept at the hotel.
I think we slept on the way to the splash
the way
pad.
to the hotel. Yes.
Yeah, we slept on Sally. But it was like as the sun was coming up.
Yes.
And then
yes.
we like got up.
And then that was all one day.
But I guess you could have tranced sometime.
Yeah.
I'm sure we got some micro naps in.
Yeah.
In the tunnels.
I'm micro-trancing.
Y'all kind of like rested in the.
Yeah. So it's been a lot. I mean, they were like returning to Castle Eldervale, the Ruidon Tower, which is her second home, was strange because she spent however many months at school, like separated from her family. So to be confronted with them all again was a lot.
Yeah.
Is Theodrix here? Can I sense him here?
If you do the thing that is like seeing thing like we mentioned, the beams, or looking at like the true form of the rock spirits, you cannot see him.
I think that's nice. She hasn't been alone.
How did Esta feel about like seeing her dad and like that relationship?
Yeah, it's so conflicted because there's so many. She's learned so many different things about him in the last day. And it's like they're all kind of conflicting with each other. And she's just been able to be like mad at him and pretend that he isn't there while she's been at school. So to come face to face with him again and have to like confront that maybe he isn't this all evil image of him that she's had in her mind, but knowing that she still feels like she can't trust him, but knowing what he did to Curd, he's like got some sort of like zombie lab, but then guilt that is also her fault, but then a ton of regret about how I think she handled that situation with her siblings, because she's committed the same sin of like Theodrix and Sissix and Timonus and Melina, of like her and Solinaris like butting heads and fighting with each other instead of working together, and feeling so powerful in that moment, but then realizing what she did, and then wanting this power and feeling so strong, but now that it's running out, she feels like it's running out, and worried about what happens if she completely lets it go and what it's doing to her.
You kind of got into it right there, but is that what Esta is scared of?
Yeah. She wants this power. She wants the ability to protect her family and protect her friends and protect the world from this power that's encroaching on it, but also not wanting to lose herself in the process, and not knowing what the right thing to do is. That her family is imprisoned this dragon within itself for generations, and not knowing if the right thing to do is to let it go, and what it would mean to let it go, if that would strip herself and her family of the abilities that they've had for thousands of years.
How does Esta feel about Beans killing Billy?
I think she feels sad for Beans, and that like it's a hard thing to do and to deal with, but knowing that she might have done the same thing if someone had done something to her sibling like that.
At this moment, you hear the sound of wings beating against the air, and you look up and see soaring above you is a horrifyingly large blue dragon. And it circles above you and then comes to a shockingly soft and noiseless landing right outside the standing stones where you are. This thing is huge. If it had like landed on Castle Eldervale, it would have like taken out a couple towers. It's you are like the size of one of its claws, and his wings stretch out, and you can tell now that he is a little translucent. And then this dragon cranes his head down to you, and you recognize the face of Theodrix. This is like the first time seeing him like seemingly like fully out and like airborne, and his face comes down to meet yours. And the first he furrows his brow and is like, "You've been crying."
Yeah, it's been a really rough day.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. It feels great to be out of that prison.
What do you mean?
Well, we are in the spirit plane, and I'm not sure what it means. I still feel trapped within you. And you like, in the way of like visualizing things, you can like see the lock kind of in your mind's eye, and it still has like the 4 pins attached. And Theodrix goes, I'm somewhere between trapped and free, but I have not been able to fly in years.
I bet that feels incredible.
It does. And you can see that like he has a moment of softness and vulnerability, of just like the yearning for flying and being a dragon, and not being cooped up in a cage in someone's soul. Mm-hmm. He just kind of like sits there like he's like, kind of looks like like he's wanting to say something. Is there anything like you want to say to him? There's this awkward kind of silence.
Can you be honest with me?
Grumbles.
What happens if I unlock all of these pins again? What happens this time?
Your body becomes my body. And we would, in a way, switch places, but you would not be locked by a magical lock. I would, not to brag or anything, I would have the power to suppress you, and you would be tethered to my soul, and I would I don't like this kind of thing just as much as you, and I would probably try to tune you out as much as I could, so you kind of be like lost in my soul. But I mean, like, it wouldn't be that bad, you know? I mean, it's being inside of a dragon. I would let you maybe fly every once in a while.
I mean, that would suck. I can't, like,
What? No.
we're being honest with each other, is that I want to keep my body.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, it's got to be
I
one
don't
of
want
us.
that to happen.
It's got to be one of us.
What kind of deal did you have with Melina that allowed the two of you to switch like that?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Nat 20.
Good job. I don't know if you've seen this emotion in Theodrix. He looks like he's remembering, and he's remembering hurt. And he goes, there was no deal. We worked together as close as two souls can be one. And she betrayed me in the end. I don't know how or what conclusion she came to. She mentioned visiting Timonus, and I pleaded with her to not. And then she locked me away again. And the next thing I knew, I had a new host. And that is why I will not trust another mortal again. I will have my own body or die trying.
Surely you can see that I wouldn't do that to you. I know that's tough. That's a tough argument to make after what you've experienced with the last one. But I want this power.
He like looks at you, like stares you in the eyes, and he goes, "You remind me of her, and that is also why I cannot trust you."
If we can't work together and trust each other, then I'll never be able to unlock all those pins. You know, I'm obviously I know I'm never going to do it.
Give me persuasion check. No advantage this time.
I hate my stupid life. It's a critical failure.
He kind of takes that as a threat in a way of like you were having this vulnerable moment with each other. In this moment, like with that critical failure, you realize your critical mistake of like he was kind of trying to look for a reason for you to give him a reason to trust you and that you are different than her. And he kind of like coils back up and says, for the remaining time that we have in the spirit plane, I will soar these skies with the freedom I have left. And he launches into the sky. And then you see from the woods, so from the forest, you see what looks to be a like goop person sprinting out in the direction of where Theodrix is like flying. And then you think it kind of looks like you, maybe? And then it jumps into the air and transforms into a raven. And it begins like flying off after Theodrix. And with that, the three of you hear voices. They seem to be familiar with each other. Voices that you haven't heard. They seem to be like bickering. You hear mentions of Lunastera. And you all wake up and you see three figures cloaked with masks on. We just kind of had to take a different direction for an hour and 20.
No worry.
We're back.
And now we're back. And that's where we are now. No. No, I was ending the recap. There.
Lily panicked.
Oh my God, so scared.
And oh my God, if I had ended another episode with them, oh my God,
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Time loop.
Should I? I'm just kidding.
Last time,
It's way too short anyway.
I said my eyes snap open, but I listen to them and I don't move.
Yeah, you see these figures. One has the mask of a raven. One has the mask of like
I flip them off, but just like the Arthur meme, like the middle.
One has like the mask of like a cat, like / tiger, like a feline, and then one has the mask of a wolf. And they are wearing these like black, the like, they are spectral. They're very translucent. And it seems as though like everywhere they walk, the ghost dahlias are lighting up. And they are all wearing these necklaces, these large chains with crescent moons at the end of them.
I'll put my middle finger away. maybe they're chill.
I will also say that these masks are like very reminiscent of the owl mask that Lord Arathis wears. Like very like angular and strange looking.
What is his deal? What is it?
And you hear them talking about like one of them is like, why do we have to wear these stupid masks? And like one of them tells of like it is said that if you're not wearing a mask of the Guardians, then the Guardians will separate your soul from your body. And you remember now like these creatures that you all saw in your visions. You saw an owl, a raven, and a tiger. These
But there's one there with a wolf, right?
yes, there is one there with a wolf mask.
But what did I see? I didn't see a wolf. I saw
You saw
an owl.
Bean saw a tiger. She saw a raven.
Yeah.
Esta saw a raven.
But we've seen the wolf.
Yeah.
No, I know. We've seen. I'm just thinking like.
So you can assume that the beasts are the wolf, the tiger, the raven, and the owl.
So I got Lord Arathis.
Well,
What the hell?
I think you can wear whichever guardian mask you want.
I think
Oh,
Lord
yeah, I guess
Arathis
so.
was in a guardian mask, and the owl you saw was the guardian.
I don't know. I saw.
I think
Oh yeah, did I see a literal owl or did I see somebody wearing the owl mask?
No, you saw an owl.
You saw like a giant
You saw an
creature
owl.
You saw a goop owl.
Oh, that rocks! I thought I saw the person wearing the
No,
mask.
no. You saw a giant owl.
Oh, that's way cooler.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like all
now,
of your.
now it's my turn to retcon.
I will. I will also mention that all of the creatures that you saw in your dreams were covered in goop and had beady red eyes. The wolf was not covered in goop.
Yeah, he looked cool. Even though he was trying to kill us.
And these like three figures are talking about these standing stones. They're talking about the gate of Lunastera, traveling between planes, and they begin like referring to each other in like kind of code names. The one that is a raven.
I hope they're cool and not I hope they're
is called Beaks.
That's kind of cool.
The one that is a tiger is called Kitty, and then the wolf is called Fang. This is kind of like in jest. They seem to be like kind of on the younger side. And like this is fun to them, but they do also refer to one other person who's already here as Lacran.
Bro.
We can't get away from that fucker if we tried.
Oh my god.
I'm like laying down, just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
And so these kind of three young people are just like talking about like, oh, like, why do we got to do this? But then Fang, the one with the wolf mask, she has like a feminine voice. She goes, enough. Our Lady Lunastera mentioned the artifact being housed within the great tree. Oh my God. Shouldn't be too hard. Lacran already has a head start on us, and I assume he's at least a third of the way there. So maybe we can catch up if we hurry.
Come on.
And these three figures you see like begin making their way up the hill and towards.
Let's follow them. Wait, but if we don't have masks, I like to you guys.
I jump up. I think we should stop. We should yell at them.
But I think they're memories. I think they're like ghost dolly. I think they were here, they're young. So I think they were here years and years ago.
Hey!
Hello!
Hey!
Yeah, they like keep walking. These are like the ghost dahlias are kind of following them.
Oh, shoot.
They mentioned like arriving here using the gate.
Unless Lord Arathis has 3 young friends, which would be weird. They're from a long time ago.
Okay.
Maybe he has kids.
Oh, I never thought about that, honestly. I think we need to make
People
masks.
do that.
Oh, wait.
Face paint.
Oh, do you think that'll work?
Maybe.
Do it.
Oh, my God. My time has come.
Okay,
By those rules, couldn't we just do do you want to do a glam look?
I want to chase after the memories.
Okay. I smear green and white face paint across. Well, no, it has to be in a pattern. It has to be
an owl.
I do owl makeup.
Okay, I put a raven beak on my nose and cover my face.
I give myself tiger stripes.
Yeah, easy. Okay, so let's just I go out, I peek my head out, and I see if the wolf comes to separate my soul from my body.
The wolf does not come.
Let's go.
All right, you all start running after the memories of these 3 travelers. And they kind of like get over this hill, and you all start, they kind of like vanish, like they're heading down this hill. And so you start heading down this hill, and you see directly in front of you, say about like 40 yards or something, is a large river that cuts the middle of your path. It's like perpendicular to you. And it's like 60 feet wide. And as you approach, you see the water is a very thin, blackish, purpley liquid that is flowing very, very quickly. It is like forming rapids. You see a figure sitting atop a small pedestal, like almost kind of like a little shelf, like made out of stone, and it is hunched over and is covered in raggedy old robes, and it appears to be living. It's like kind of breathing, you think, but you also see like a mask on it, and the mask has like these 2 large circular eye holes that you cannot see anything in, and it has a small downward curved slit for a mouth. And you see like, that like the memories of the ghost alleys like don't exactly like kind of follow an exact clock. And so like you don't think that like the ghost alleys are going to show like the exact time that it took these 3 travelers to get there. You see them like heading towards the river, and then you see them walking away from the river into the forest, which the forest, you still hear that very faint singing kind of from like all around.
So they don't get across the river. They talk to the figure and then turn away from the river and go to the tree line.
Not that you see. You don't see them cross the river.
Okay, but any amount of time could have passed between.
Yeah, any amount of time.
Coming back,
Okay, but we don't stay. Can we try to get close? My goal was to stay close to keep hearing what they're saying. But is it kind of like?
Yeah, I would like. They're kind of like talking about like bullshit. Like they're not really talking of anything important.
Okay.
Was the other figures sitting on the shelf, was that also part of like the memory?
No,
Was
that
also
is like
translucent?
physical. That is real.
Okay, guys, I kind of sense like Riddles 3 headed our way.
Okay, well, I think we do it if it gets us across the river.
Prepare your riddles. Okay.
Yeah, or we could follow the memories to the tree line, but they were kind of talking about bullshit. They were kind of shooting the shit.
Well, let us talk to this weird mask thing first.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show up again.
I'm feeling like masks might be a theme here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay.
Okay, we'll unpack that later.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Good morning.
Excuse us.
Good evening. It's kind of always
kind of a dusk.
dark here.
Good dusk.
You walk up to this little hunched thing, sitting on a little pedestal, and it just goes like.
Oh.
Do you have 3 riddles for us?
You guys want to get across the river?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
I bet you get that all the time, huh?
You have a boat we could use?
No. You can go across.
Oh, if I
Looks a
step
little
in there,
treacherous.
is it going to separate myself from my body?
I'm not one of the guardians.
Yeah, but you might still work for them. What are you?
My friend here meant to ask, what's your name?
Hey, I have no name. Hey,
No name?
no name.
No name.
Hey.
Do you have any ticks?
Huh?
Ticks. Sorry, I meant tips and tricks to get across the river.
Are there ticks in the spirit plane? Be honest.
Spirit ticks.
Yes.
I start slapping myself.
I pull my socks up a little higher.
You can get across.
What happens if we step in the water?
I don't know.
You've never seen anybody step in the water.
No, I've seen it.
And what happens?
Nothing good.
Oh, so you did
We
it.
almost did it.
You're tricksy.
Has anyone ever made it across safely?
They make it across all the time.
But safely? In one piece? The way they entered? The way they were before they got in?
That's a good question.
It's like you never step in the same river twice type of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to be any help to us, or should we?
I'm like your cheerleader.
What? Like you're just gonna be like you can do not
Yeah.
to? Hey, far be it from me, to talk shit about somebody who says you can do it. But is that really your only thing?
Do you remember there being like 3 young people here in little masks who came to talk to you?
Like 130 years ago.
Yeah.
You remember them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went across.
They went across.
They went across.
Yeah.
And then did they come back with
Did they make it, or did nothing good happen to
Huh?
them?
No, they were. They went across. Yeah.
And then they came back, right? And came back across.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I feel like you're remembering everything and nothing at the same time. Is that accurate?
I don't know what that means.
If I push you in the river, what'll happen?
I don't know.
Okay, I think we should dip them in.
Esther, what if you imagine?
No,
Yeah,
we don't just dip people in the river.
That's how you're doing it.
Sorry. I put it back on the pedestal.
We don't dip people in the river.
Well, then you should tell us what happened.
You should go across. You should definitely go across.
I think we can all figure out what happens if we go across the river.
How many feet is it across?
60 feet.
Okay. Esther, you can get across, right?
Yes.
If I run fast enough, I bet I could go.
Yeah, she can get across.
Oh, Wait, is this? Hold on. Can I get across?
Can you?
May I? What do you want me to say here?
I bet you could.
You bet. I'm just saying, if Esta can dimension door, can you dimension door in the spirit plane? Something tells me no.
I don't know. Surely.
I don't know. Hey, okay, listen. We've had a long day. We've had a long few days.
It's the morning.
It has, I will not lie, it has been tough. And if we let morale slip down too far and disappear
It's gone.
into our own grief, we will not make it any further.
Well, I'll tell you
So
right now.
we are holding on by a thread.
I'll tell you right now. Don't go in that forest.
Oh.
Okay?
Don't go in that forest.
Oh.
Can I be honest? The way that
First
you've been,
helpful thing you've said.
I don't know, the way that you've been talking to us, it feels like we should go into the forest and not go across the river.
Go across the river.
Why not? What's going to happen if we go to the forest?
Nothing good.
But that's the same thing that happens if we go in the
I'm
river.
gonna lose it.
What does your heart desire most that we could give you that you will then answer us, give it to us straight, man?
You go across the river.
Okay, I have an idea. Esta, you dimension door me and you.
That's a good
and then
idea.
Beans, as long as you can jump 30 feet, I can get you the rest of the way
Can
across.
I do insight to see if his intentions are pure?
Yeah, sure. If you want to give insight on
we
this.
should roll dice on this damn podcast.
8.
Hold on, I'll do
Whatever.
He wants you to go across it.
I know.
it. 2.
Oh shit, what are we rolling?
It was actually a 6, so it was worse.
I got a 5.
What are we rolling?
Insight. Or whatever you want. I don't want to tell you how to roll your dice.
Can I roll perception?
Sure.
10.
Okay, I want to roll persuasion.
Okay, can I roll whatever? Can I just keep rolling till I get a good number?
No.
Hey, what's your favorite candy?
What's that?
What's your favorite snack? Do you eat here? Shoot.
I
What's
like-
your favorite song?
Candy, I'd have to say Gooba Gabba.
Okay, we will bring you a bag of pick and mix Gooba
Gooba
Gabba
Gabba.
if you tell us how to get across the river safely.
Get across. You guys know how. It's pretty easy.
Is this-
Just a river.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, get across that river.
I think we should put.
I get in.
I think you should.
I'm so sick of this. I get in. I get in. Whatever. Say bye to my soul.
No.
Well, we might as well see.
Grab
He's
Sawyer
giving me nothing.
by the scruff.
No,
giving
we
me
might
nothing.
as well see what happens to her.
no,
She's
no,
already
no,
in there.
no.
Esther, she's already in there.
No.
I leveled up. My strength is
No.
20.
I grab you by the scruff.
She's already in there.
You dip your. How do you get in there?
I dive.
Cannonball.
You die.
No. Fine. If I go to dive, fine. I jump in. My hands
Just
are like above my head
cannonball.
in a dive position. And
If
then
you
I
dive, you dive.
I hear Esta scream, and then I go, and I stop, and I go,
Midair.
and I. What do you mean? No.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna have to roll to not like fall in. With that decision making.
I like dip.
give-
I like
give
dip
me-
a toe.
Okay, if you want to dip it, I was gonna say you either
Oh,
willingly dip a toe or you have to roll dexterity. Oh, no,
No,
no. I'll say what the decision because
For
you said you're gonna
Esta
dive.
scream,
I'll say you hear us to scream. Do you want to not get in or do you want to dip a toe in?
I stop my dive in midair, and
Yeah, you're in the air for 4 minutes.
And then I like a cartoon character. I look down and I fall, and then I drop to the bank, and
No. So we're
I
gonna
say, oh, fine, and then I dip one toe in.
Okay, so we're gonna roll dexterity save for you because if you're willingly going to at least dip a toe, the dexterity save will be lower. If you were gonna try to like not go in, it was gonna be
No, I'm willingly dipping a toe.
Alright.
This is just my
If you're
compromise.
willingly- okay, but
this is my compromise, so Esta doesn't get mad at
yeah.
me.
But give a dex save to not completely fall in. I'm gonna say DC.
But it
10.
sounds like if you dove in, he'd give you advantage.
If I dive in, do I
Wait,
get
what?
advantage? I feel like if I dive
never
in, my
said that.
soul is gone. Okay, 7.
Okay. So you like fall down.
You have set me up. You have set me up. I mean, this guy.
What do I do?
This guy's giving me nothing.
Yeah,
He didn't tell me shit.
he's a little sketchy.
I'm taking matters into my own 2 feet. I'm taking
Sawyer-
matters into my own foot.
Sawyer, is this a bad time to say that I think we should go into the forest?
Give
What?
me a
My foot-
DC.
There's water on my
Give
foot.
me a DC 19 strength save.
Okay. With advantage?
No.
Hold on, let me find a dice that rolls well. Oh, wait, I don't have one. Okay, come on. It's going to be a nat 20. 21.
Wow. Okay.
That's right.
You
It's going to take more than a little bit of water to sweep this hobbit I'm sorry, halfling off her feet.
you like trip
Don't sue me.
and fall.
They're gonna
You
get you.
We're gonna bleep it. You trip and fall into the river, and like it looks like it's going fast. Like I said, like this very fast moving water. It is like a typhoon in there, and you feel yourself like being like shot down. I will say you actually do like move like 40 feet down the bank of the river, but then like you
But I
grab
stay in
onto the
control.
side.
Yes.
You grab onto the side and like you pull yourself out.
Yeah, I grab onto a root. Are there roots here?
Yeah, I'll say like the river is moving so fast that it's like eroding parts of it.
Yeah, and I swing myself out, and then I
Yeah.
do a cool tuck and roll.
Yeah, and you were 40 feet away from where in a second. In a second, you
Is
moved
my
up.
soul attached to my body still?
It feels a little weird, and just in terms of like the G's that you encountered.
My soul is gone.
Sawyer, your soul's gone?
No, my stomach dropped out of my ass.
Sprinting down the bank, screaming.
She didn't do it right. She didn't do it right.
Oh my god!
Then how do we do it right?
That's a good question.
If you listen to me, I grab him by the mask.
Watch out.
If you don't tell us something helpful in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to throw you into the river. Can I roll intimidation?
Yeah. Go for it.
19.
I'll tell you something helpful. You can get across the river if you want. But don't think if you get to the other side, everything that you think will happen will happen. But
Treason is.
I recommend that doesn't mean it'll be a bad thing. I don't know. With that, like you can tell that he's like kind of lying.
I take him out of Beans' hands and I put him back on the pedestal.
Throw him in the river.
And I think about it, but then I say, no, Beans.
Maybe that's the way across. We won't know unless we try.
I grab both of you by the hands and I start storming off towards the forest.
This is... What are we supposed to do? He said don't go. He said go.
He's
in the river,
obviously
don't go.
lying.
Okay.
You start walking towards the forest, and then you see
That was close, huh? I tried to play it off like nonchalant, but that was whoa. That was
you.
close.
You were almost the goner.
I'll say that you're 40 feet down the river wasn't very nonchalant, was it?
I'm telling Cinderfoot's sink like lead in water.
Then why? Why did you get near it?
And you were going for a dive, but you were suspended in midair for a while to decide.
Yeah, the animators did that.
Yeah.
You see, as you're like walking down the riverbank, you see a strange frog-looking thing with like horns on its head jump out of the river to the other side, and the like other side of the bank. So it looks as though it turns into like a slippery carpet, and it like gets like bunched up, and then the frog like slips back into the water. And so you can think that if you had jumped to the other side, even if you dimension doored, it would have like the land itself would have turned into this strange platform, like this strange rug-like slippery mess, and you would have fallen back into
Rigged.
the
This whole place
river.
is
Oh, Esther, you're right. He's lying.
Thank you.
You don't think that we should have thrown him in so he couldn't lie to anyone else?
No, because we're going to respect this plane while we're in it and not get into trouble.
I don't know. He could kind of be that one guy who's like always swimming to the side of the river but can never get up. Or something like that.
You want that to be his fate?
He wanted that to be our fate.
I mean,
I'm just sick of little guys who lie to us. I just can't stand it anymore.
You are at
You were gonna kill him?
Nobody has he's not gonna die. He just can't get on the other side of the bank. Nobody has customer service anymore.
you all get to the edge of the forest, and you hear this loud singing emanating from multiple places within this forest. Do you guys want to go into the forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What else are we gonna?
Where else are we gonna go? The river?
You all start walking through the forest and these like little orbs of light. It is a beautiful forest with like different kinds of bugs. Like there are fireflies, like some are yellow, but some are blue and green and red. And it's a very peaceful forest. Like the voices actually were loud at the edge of the forest, but now they've kind of gotten quieter. And you're making your way through, and you can kind of hear the rushing of the river. But after a while, it kind of disappears. And if you like try to go towards where you were hearing the river, you keep going through like more forest.
Guys, do you think we maybe got lured into a trap by some beautiful singing? I think there's a lot of stories of a lot of different things that do that.
I think it's lining up with those for sure. It's kind of exponential forest that we're uncovering here.
Oh.
Well, let's just turn back real quick and see if we can like get back to the edge super fast, and then that'll confirm that we're in a loop.
Yeah, go back the way we came.
You guys try to go back to the way you came and you can't do it.
Oh, we're trapped for sure.
No, let's try walking backwards, not turning backwards.
Okay, smart.
You start walking backwards and you start hearing some music. And it seems to be like more like modern music that you'd hear like around the school. And then you start hearing like a crowd of people. You start hearing like many voices. And you start like walking. Do you guys turn around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn around and you see like a large party of people in the forest all dancing to music. And there's kind of like a rave happening in the middle of this forest.
I know that guy. What? That's my DJ.
outside joke. You all see.
I do, right? I know him.
What do you mean?
I've seen him.
Who?
Who's DJing?
As you walk forward, you see like all these different kinds of races. You see like furbolgs, tabaxi. You see like elves. You see these like nymphs made out of wood. You see these like fire like women that are all dancing. You see there's like a DJ table.
Yes.
And but you see a like probably the size of like an Outcat bus, maybe a little bit bigger. You see a green dragon with sunglasses on at the DJ table.
Oh, I do.
Who are you looking for?
Do you remember in the dance battle? I felt the spirit of dance take me over, and I felt nearby to me, summoned by the power of our dance moves. It was the god of dance.
I thought that was me. I thought I saw the god of dance, not you.
You told it to me in such detail that I thought it was Fiend. But you're right, Fiends, you felt that. And do you feel him here now?
I feel the god of dance on this dance floor tonight.
You hear from behind you, "Whoa, what are you doing here?" And you turn around and you see the man you saw in the woods at the imp dance-off.
No way.
You see this like bearded man with like really tan skin, and he's got like an open Hawaiian shirt.
Whoa, you blessed my dancing a while ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was really rad. I love your dancing. What are you doing here?
Kind of like we bought the wrong plane ticket on accident.
What? You got the wrong plane ticket? Hey, best place to land, am I right?
And I'm so sorry. What is your name again?
I'm just God of Dance. God with 2 D's if you want to be exact.
And who's that up there spinning discs?
Oh.
Yeah, is that your DJ?
Oh, that is my DJ.
And his name is
Franklin Orr.
Hey, Glenore.
Did you just make that up?
But no, Franklin Orr and I have been friends for eternity.
Okay.
He's spinning some great tunes.
Yeah, he is.
Eternity. Have y'all been here for eternity?
No,
Well,
this
okay.
party only goes for like a couple days and then we all chill. But no, this is like most happening party, like entire realms.
Oh.
Who else is
And
here?
unbelievable.
Any big names?
Yeah, no, of course. Over there, you have the god of getting freaky.
Okay, stay away from there.
Points.
We're underage.
He points to like a woman who's like pretty short, and she has like really thick glasses and like an oversized sweater. He goes, over there we have a god of war. You see this like massive man wolf, like man body. He's wearing like a loincloth and has like the head of a wolf. We have god of wine. There's a large woman with dark skin surrounded by men and women drinking wine on a love seat.
That could be fun.
We have a
Oh.
god of silliness. You see a bullywug in a suit sipping on a martini, but they have like a little hat that's like a spinny hat. And he goes, and you know, we have plenty of other gods around here that you could probably meet, but they know nymphs and people such as the like. Can I get you any kind of like food or anything?
No. We learned about this, and no, thank you.
What? What? You think that this is like Fey realm or something like that?
Well,
Yes.
you just introduced us to the god of getting freaky.
What? That's crazy. I mean, wait. He like looks you closer. He has these like sunglasses on, and he lowers them, and they're like glowing golden. He goes, "Wait, are you mortal?"
What is it? Is that like?
If we say yes, what is your next response?
I'd just be like, "Whoa, like you really did land kind of crazy. Like
Yeah,
you were not intending to be."
When
Yeah,
they
we
said
had got to
wrong
get out of
plane ticket, we meant like wrong plane ticket.
Oh, I thought that like, yeah, I mean, I kind of thought you might be heading to like hell or something like that. And I was like,
Oh,
way better.
Don't want to go there either.
Yeah.
No, we're supposed to be on material.
But we are still, ooh.
What?
Never mind.
What are you?
No, I don't want to say what I was going to say.
we are going to. Can we say what we're going towards? What we're going?
Where are you going?
We are going for the big tree.
We're
Big
here to
tree?
help.
Okay, that's kind of boring, big tree.
Well, have you checked it out lately?
It's boring. No, probably nobody powerful would want to go there.
Kinda
But
nothing going on.
we're students on a boring school trip.
You know, I guess it's more like tourist trap. You know, you go there once and
But I think we do need to see it once. You know, say we've done it.
Yeah, if you're in the spirit plane, you've got to go see the tree.
that's just
what everybody said.
totally true. I mean,
There's
I guess
a lot of like getting to like the exact destination, like where
that there is, but he lives in astral plane.
Oh. Is there a god that like gets us across the river and we don't slip on the carpet bank?
I mean, I think so, but she wears like a mask or something like that.
Oh, we
okay,
met
yeah,
her.
where's she?
No, I think we met her.
I mean, she hasn't been to the last
I think
Forty
I think maybe that was who was sitting on the rock who wouldn't tell us.
No way. She doesn't get invited here.
Well, I wouldn't invite her either.
Okay.
Anyway, can I get you drinks or anything?
No, we brought her on protein bars.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
And lemonade.
Yeah. Give me perception checks. Like you guys are kind of like by a buffet table.
16.
17.
4.
On that 17,
everything.
Oh, no, I don't.
you see on like the buffet, you kind of don't notice anything like Fey wild, like craziness going on with it. But something you do see
I'm so hungry.
is you do see like a little drip of like goop that like moves around, and like you kind of like unfocus your eyes a little bit, and you see like a couple of them.
No.
And that is where we are going to end this.
Oh, you little.
Thank you so much for listening to Gals and Goblins. Tune in next week to hear the study break. Get on the Discord to talk about this episode. Join our Patreon if you want to hear more episodes where we're not really playing D&D. We're playing like more fun things, little lighter vibes than the beginning of this episode.
What episode number is this?
60.
Whoa, how nice.
Oh.
Hang on.
Nice round number.
Nice round number.
You have exactly from today that this episode releases on May 28th. And if I'm wrong on that date, tell me about it. We're having our live show.
Exactly 1 month.
Exactly for 1 month from the day that this releases on May 28th. If you're not
you
listening
can
to this
make
on
it-
May 28th, then like,
Oh, yeah.
check your calendar.
If you're listening to this a year from now, like it's probably on YouTube. You can go watch the stream. But if you can make it to Austin, get your tickets. We sold out last time.
I'm also still not going to be in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Jared's not gonna be there, so don't.
I'm going to be there.
He'll
I'm
be
not
there.
gonna be in it.
If you can
You
find
could
it.
sit next to Jared.
Yeah.
No, I will have bodyguards.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he won't.
You
will.
kind of did have bodyguards.
I
last
did.
time. Okay.
If you can find him in the crowd, we'll give you 100 wug.
then
bucks.
blink twice at him from across the room
Blink at me and
in Morse code and
I'll
blink
cry.
him.
But guess what? If you can't make it to Austin, no worries. Live stream
Mm-hmm.
tickets.
Yeah.
And guess what? Here's what I encourage. Make a watch party with your friends. Buy 1 ticket, invite 10 people, everybody pays
Boom.
$1. Boom.
$1 live stream ticket,
Yeah.
and you gained 9 friends
Hey,
Perfect.
for life.
yeah. If you bring 20 friends, that's 50 cents a ticket.
You can ask our buddies in the Discord. They were having a great time in there. during
Hey,
the live
rent
show
out a bar.
in March.
Put it on the
Rent out
What?
a theater.
a theater would be
Rent
fun.
out a Buffalo Wild. No, don't, because Buffalo Wild Wings is going to come out as homophobic. or
If,
something.
yeah.
if you're at
Egg
Dave
on
and
my
Buster's,
face.
be like, hey, can you turn on the Gals and Goblins stream real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll be on Buff Streams. We'll be on Stream East. All illegal
God.
streaming
We'll be on
services.
Chive TV.
No,
We'll be on
but
Jive TV.
renting a movie theater could be fun. You can do that. You know, you can rent auditoriums pretty easy.
For not that much. For only $310, you can.
For
Okay,
essentially
anyway.
as much as it would take to either drive or buy a plane ticket to us.
In this economy,
In this economy,
Get
and
your
yeah, who
live-
knows by
You
May.
can wait and get your live stream tickets. Like you can get them like the week before, or like you can get them like 48 hours before. But if you are going to come in person, get your ticket now. They really
Yeah.
are going fast.
don't buy your plane ticket before you buy the show ticket. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, can you imagine?
Uh,
We'd sneak you out.
I would say right there, crazy of you to do that. Why
Hey,
would you do that?
some people operate in mysterious ways.
I'll just say right now, a word of advice, don't do that.
And on that note, you can also follow us on socials. Hey, pop into that merch shop, galsandgoblins.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Don't show up to the live show without your. No, I'm just kidding. But you can buy merch at the live show.
It's true. And maybe we'll have something exclusive there.
Oh, we definitely will.
Well, we're hoping.
We're guaranteeing it.
No,
Nothing's nailed down
you
yet.
can take that to the bank.
I'll have 5
let's do
exclusive
film.
things.
Let's
Yeah.
do the study break.
All right. Thank y'all. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.